You know, the reason why it's really important to know the Word of God, it's because the Word of God is truly our biggest weapon. The Word of God is what we can use whenever the enemy is tempting us, whenever we have negative thoughts thrown at us, whenever we're going through trials and tribulations. The Word of God is the biggest weapon for us to fight, and the Word of God is what gives us authority. And we can even see in the Bible when Jesus was tempted in the wilderness by Satan, Jesus was using the Word of God to fight back at the enemy. And it was even trickier because in that situation, the enemy was even quoting the Word of God to him to tempt him. When he told him, he said, throw yourself down because God is going to send his angels concerning you so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. He was quoting Psalm 91. And Jesus, who knew the word even better, replied to him, it is also written, you shall not put the Lord your God to the test. So because Jesus knew the word, because Jesus was anchored in the word, he was able to fight back at the enemy in that instance. He was able to fight back at him. And he tempted Jesus 3 times. He also told him to turn the stones into bread. And Jesus replied to him, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone. And the third temptation was, in verse 8 in Matthew 4, we can see that it says, again, the devil took him a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their splendor. All this I will give you, he said, if you bow down and worship me. Then Jesus really had to use his authority. Jesus said, away from me, Satan, for it is written, worship the Lord your God and serve him only. The Word of God truly gives us authority. The Word of God truly help us. It's truly a weapon to fight back. So I truly encourage you to get deeper in the Word of God, to truly not only read it, but to truly try to understand, to truly meditate on the Word, and to truly use it when whatever situation you're going through, whatever trials and tribulations are going through, whatever temptations we're going through. When we're going through temptation, it doesn't mean that the enemy will go right away. As we can see in Matthew 4, it didn't go until he tempted Jesus 3 times. But because Jesus resisted him, because Jesus fought back with the Word of God, that's how he was able to flee. So that same way, let's keep being anchored in the Word, and let's keep resisting. Let's keep using the authority that God has given us to resist temptation and to go through trials and tribulations.